Hello, I am Dr. Sudha from Government Science College, Autonomous, Bengaluru. In this session, let us discuss about differential equations of the first order and higher degree. So in this session, we are going to recapitulate the notations which we have used in the previous sessions. The first notation we have used is dy by dx was denoted by the letter small p, as well as the equations of first order and higher degree was also expressed as f of x comma y comma p equal to 0, where once again p is dy by dx. So we have already seen different types of equations, that is equations solvable for p, equations solvable for x were seen in the previous sessions, that is both the types, that is solvable for p as well as solvable for x, were discussed in the previous sessions. In this session, we are going to discuss about the equations solvable for y. We also have the Clairaut's form. So let us discuss some examples as well as the working rule for equations solvable for y. So let the given equation be f of x comma y comma p equal to 0, which can be solved for y in terms of p and x. That is, given equation can be written as y is equal to a function of p and x. So the working rule goes like this. In the first step, we write the equation in the form y is equal to a function f of x comma p. In the second step, we differentiate both the sides, that is the equation obtained in step 1 is differentiated with respect to x. So we get on the left hand side dy by dx is equal to a function of x comma p and dp by dx. So when we differentiate y with respect to x, we get dy by dx on the left hand side. But we know that dy by dx is nothing but the letter small p. So we get p is equal to function which contains x, p and dp by dx, that is derivative of p with respect to x. So in step 3, we solve the first order linear differential equation in x and p, and we get a solution f of x comma p comma c equal to 0, where c is the constant of integration. In the fourth step, we eliminate p between the given equation y is equal to f of x comma p as well as the solution equation f of x comma p comma c equal to 0, and we get the complete solution. So by eliminating p between the given equation and the solution equation obtained in step 3, we get the complete solution. Now let us discuss about some examples which are solvable for y. Solve xp square minus 2yp plus ax equal to 0. So this is the given equation. Let us express this as, let us shift this 2py to the other side. So we can express this as 2yp is equal to xp square plus ax. And now we can write y is equal to xp square plus ax divided by 2p. So we have expressed y equal to a function of x and p. So in the next step, we are going to differentiate this with respect to x. When we differentiate with respect to x, on the left hand side we get dy by dx, and on the right hand side we are going to differentiate with respect to x. So p gives us dp by dx. So in the next step, after differentiating, we get dy by dx is equal to 2p, the denominator, into the derivative of the numerator, that is p square, plus 2px into dp by dx plus a, minus the numerator, that is xp square plus ax into the derivative of the denominator, that is 2 into dp by dx, whole thing divided by the denominator square, that is 2p whole square. Let us simplify this, that is, let us multiply and remove the brackets in the numerator. So we get 2pq plus 4p square x into dp by dx plus 2ap minus 2p square x into dp by dx minus 2ax into dp by dx, whole thing divided by 4p square. And here on the left hand side, for dy by dx, one can substitute p. Now let us collect the terms containing dp by dx and the terms not containing dp by dx separately. So here we have 2pq plus 2ap, so which are independent of dp by dx, and the terms containing dp by dx, that is 4p square x, so we have written 4p square x minus 2p square x minus 2p square x minus 2ax minus 2ax into dp by dx, whole thing divided by 2 divided by 4p square. Now let us simplify this. Here you have 4 times, here you have minus 2 times. So we get 2 times p square x minus 2ax into dp by dx. You can cross multiply this 4p square to the left hand side and we get on cross multiplication 4p cube is equal to 2p cube plus 2ap plus 2p square x minus 2ax into dp by dx. On further simplification, that is, we have shifted all the terms to the left hand side and we get 4p square minus 2p square gives us 2p square minus 2ap minus of the entire term which contains dp by dx equal to 0. Now, between the first two terms, one can remove 2p common. So we get 2p into p square minus a. And between these two terms, we can remove 2x common. So we get 2x into p square minus a into dp by dx equal to 0. Now, between these two terms, one can remove p square minus a as common. And we get p square minus a into 2p minus 2x into dp by dx equal to 0. So we have factorized into two factors. First factor is p square minus a and the second factor is 2p minus 2x into dp by dx. So equate each of the factor to 0. So when we equate the first factor to 0, this factor doesn't contain dp by dx. So let us ignore this factor. Second factor gives us 2p minus 2x into dp by dx equal to 0. Let us solve this first order differential equation. So let us separate the variables now. On separating the variables, we get dp by p is equal to dx by x. To obtain the solution, one has to integrate this expression. So let us integrate this. On integrating, we get integral dp by p is equal to integral dx by x plus a constant of integration, that is plus log c. Now let us integrate this. dp by p gives us log p equal to dx by x gives us log x plus log c. Now let us combine the logarithmic terms on the right hand side and remove log on both sides to get p is equal to xc. Now p is equal to xc. So let us eliminate p between the given equation and this expression which is obtained as solution. So let us substitute this value of p in the given equation. So we get x into xc whole square minus 2y into xc plus ax equal to 0. This is after substituting for p equal to xc. Let us simplify this. So we get x cube c square minus 2y xc plus ax equal to 0. And here one can remove throughout x and we get x square c square minus 2yc plus a equal to 0. And this is the solution to the given differential equation. Let us solve one more example. Solve y is equal to p sine p plus cos p. So here y is entirely a function of p alone. So it is already expressed as y is equal to a function of p. Now let us differentiate this with respect to x. So when we differentiate with respect to x, we get dy by dx on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we have p into sine p. So product of two functions. So let us use product rule. So keep p as it is, differentiate sine p, that gives us cos p into dp by dx plus p is kept as it is. Sorry, sine p is kept as it is and we differentiate p, so we get dp by dx into sine p. Then we have plus cos p, let us differentiate cos p, so we get minus sine p into dp by dx. Here this second term, that is sine p into dp by dx, here we have sine p into dp by dx with a negative sign. These two terms get cancelled and we obtain only p cos p into dp by dx on the right hand side. So now we substitute dy by dx is equal to p, and that is equal to p cos p into dp by dx. Now let us separate the variables. On separating the variables, we get dx is equal to cos p dp. Now let us integrate to obtain the solution. So we get integral dx equal to integral cos p dp plus c, where c is the constant of integration. So integrating dx we get x, integrating cos p we get sin p plus c. So this is the value of x. So let us eliminate p between the two equations, that is the given equation and the solution equation, or rather we can put both of them together as a complete solution. So therefore the required solution is the given equation, that is y is equal to p sin p plus cos p, and x is equal to sin p plus c, which is obtained here as the solution to the first order differential equation. And this gives us the complete solution of the given differential equation. Thank you.